EGM Network.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha! Well, hi there, everyone, and welcome. Hey, we have an interesting time today with a friend of ours, Jamie, who very simply is a major person in the women's build of Vero Beach. And we're going to tell you about all of her programs, and she'll even answer questions for you. Habitat for Humanity was originally designed, as we all know, by our dear former president, Jimmy Carter, who just a few weeks ago, as you know, we celebrated his life with the funeral. But he has made a real name for himself in the post-presidency simply by developing Habitat for Humanity. People could have homes who never had homes before. They were affordable. And I was already told by several people, all the ones that have gotten a home from Habitat have less than a 1% foreclosure rate. That is much, much better than the general public. So their support, their assistance, their empowering people really makes a difference. So without spending any more time on this, I was wondering, Jamie, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, and if you could tell us a little more about Habitat for Humanity as it is today.
Okay, so I work for Indian River Habitat for Humanity, and just so you know, Habitat for Humanity is an international organization. For us in Indian River, we have, starting in 1991, what we do is we provide affordable home ownership, home preservation, and home repair.
Oh, beautiful.
And these are all for qualified families who are able to meet their working families. These aren't things that we just give to people. They work very hard. It's a hand up, not a hand out. People have to qualify. They have to go through home ownership classes like on budgeting and mortgage and all sorts of things like properly decorating, properly maintaining all kinds of things. They learn, and a big part of what Habitat is able to provide is, you know, it's so expensive anymore for home ownership, and rent has just become, it's gotten out of control.
Just plain atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, it's really crazy. And so in Indian River, we serve about 100 families a year, and that is with repair of the home or new construction. And what we do is we are able to help people that will qualify and can pay a mortgage. They do pay for their own mortgage. You know, we raise money to get funding for the home to construct, but then the people construct, other volunteers help construct, and then they purchase their own home and buy their mortgage and pay for their mortgage just like a normal home. And some mortgages, in fact, will go through the standard mortgage procedure. However, with Habitat, we can also hold their mortgage for them, and then they pay the mortgage through us. But we are able to really make it so much more affordable. And in this county in particular, it's crazy. So we've really been able to be very, very beneficial.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. Is there any problems related to that with credit rating or anything, or interest rate changes, or normal questions that people would have on buying a house? Is the mortgage like a permanent interest rate for the life of their mortgage, or it's adjustable?
Well, there's all different kinds of things that work within the Habitat program. And in some cases, a lot of it, they can be individualized to the family and how that works. And we can refinance and do things as things change. But all of the things, like Habitat owns the mortgage, and so they pay Habitat. Okay, and so it's easy for them to afford a home wherein through traditional rates and traditional changes, things change so much now. Certainly, we have credit responsibilities that you have to meet, and you have to have so much like debt to income ratio, and you know a lot of normal things apply. And these must be working families or working individuals who are able to qualify to pay for a mortgage. But we just make it so much more affordable that it's something that then people who wouldn't normally be able to like come up with the down payment and come up with those things, we make those it possible in going around certain ways.
Beautiful. One other thing that I also heard of, besides new home constructions, you go into existing neighborhoods that may not have Habitat-built homes, but people need refurbishing or they're run down because of monetary problems. On something like that, do you give like a small mortgage or volunteer repairs? How does that work?
Well, that's through the Neighborhood Revitalization Program. And again, I'm just going to say for the record, I haven't been here long enough that I don't want to talk out of turn too much and say things that end up coming out incorrectly. But if people need to get their home repaired, rehabilitated, let's look, for example, like Hurricane Milton. We've helped do lots of repairs through Hurricane Milton. We've helped lots of those things come to pass. And then with neighborhood revitalization, like roof repair, window reconstruction, things like that. Those are all potentially qualifying things that people can come to Habitat and see if they qualify, and if we can make that happen. There are also veterans programs and things of that nature. So I really stress to people to go to our website, and that's really a great way. If they're looking for specific questions, I can give all that information. But there's just a whole lot more availability for programs out there to help people than people understand, actually, in Indian River community and nationally around the country.
Okay, beautiful. Now I'd like to get into what really we're all about. What is this Women's Build?
Okay, so Women Build, and I'm just going to say that, did you know that in this county, 76% of the families that we work with, they are female-headed households. And female-headed households are classically and historically disproportionately capable of coming up with home ownership solutions as opposed to men. And so we help service that. And in response to International Women's Month, which is in March, and this is an international thing, we aren't the only affiliate at Habitat to do it. There are Habitat affiliates throughout the country, but we do it in March of every year, and we start now because what we do is we're fundraising $80,000 for the purchase of a home, and we have 2 individuals this year. We got a wonderful sponsorship from Publix Charities. Publix Supermarkets Charities has been fantastic to give us a premier sponsorship for this. But we, through their sponsorship and then through fundraising from our ambassadors, we have this system called Women Build. So what we're doing is we have the ambassadors go out and they fundraise, peer-to-peer fundraising for us. And then in March, 2 women who have qualified and gone through all the sweat equity hours and are working women who can pay for their mortgage and they're helping to build their own homes. They are going to then in March, we will build 2 homes for these women, and then they will be able to move in and have their own home and pay their own mortgage and go forward.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I can really identify with that. I was like 21. By the time I was 21, both my parents had passed away, and I had a brother to take care of. So I was a head of household. And this was before I I have to say, before even the start of Habitat. But let me tell you, my hat is off, and I am thoroughly to this day appreciative of a social service worker who actually took care of transferring the mortgage to my name and giving me a budget, and also all kinds of things. I was fully employed, but as far as covering my brother on health care, which even back then was very important, she was able to arrange it without putting him on my plan. And I was so grateful. You could go bankrupt with health care payments. And then if you really do have chronic illnesses or something, boy, you could get bankrupt inside of a month or two. So I'm very appreciative of that, and I'm really glad that you're involved with all of that too. Can you tell us a little more with this Women's Build, what they've done so far?
Okay, so we just started January 10th, I think was our first official day. And what we've done is we have what are called Women Build Ambassadors, which we're looking for more ambassadors. So anybody out there who is interested, please contact me. I'll give you my information at the end. But so what the Women Build Ambassadors do, and we have some county commissioners working with us, people with United Way, Treasure Coast Girls Club, people who own their own gyms, all kinds of fantastic, powerful, wonderful women, game changers in this community who are then doing peer-to-peer fundraising for us and going out on social media, putting all of this out and explaining to people why it's important and why we need to get money raised to get this done. So they're doing a lot of the hard work for us. So the ambassadors go out and do this. And in addition, ambassadors, and I should just say, I don't want anyone to think that this is all women. This is Women Build. However, men are more than welcome to get involved. So please don't think that just because you're a guy, that doesn't mean you can't be involved, because we love men too. Okay. However, so the Women Build Ambassadors also are forming teams of 8 for us, and on Women Build Day starting on March 8th, but it will be going out the whole month of March in response to International Women's Month. The whole month of March, we will be building homes. And what this is part of the hand up, not the hand out. The 2 women that we have picked to get homes for Women Build, they have to put in, each one of them has to put in at least 300 sweat equity hours, and at least 100 of those hours have to go just for their home. And this is involved hammering, volunteering in other capacities. I mean, these are all kinds of volunteer hours that they have to do. And I love it because think of how neat it is to have built your own home and you be in it and you know that you put in the work, and part of that, it's you. I mean, it gives people such a real sense of home ownership and self-worth that I just think is just so priceless. It's just great.
Satisfaction beyond belief.
Yeah, it is. So the ambassador, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I also volunteered several times on the construction of homes, and don't think of yourself as, I'm not a contractor, I can only help out. You're not helping out by pouring coffee. They put 5 women together, and you can raise a whole wall on the house very, very easily, and have a few other people hammering it in place when it's vertical. What you can do with 4 or 5 women together is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it's really incredible to me, having gone through a few wall raisings and home dedications. I mean, it's like women think, classically, well, I don't know how to build. I don't know how to. It's such a neat opportunity for people to learn about power tools and handling things and then understand how things are built so that when things break down in homes, because, things break down in homes, it gives you the knowledge to then be able to fix it yourself, or at least know where to go, how to get it fixed. So it's such a way to empower women. I just love that about this.
It's beautiful, just beautiful. And also, my hat's off to the Habitat people, because ahead of time, before we do the build, the Habitat people use magic markers and put where the nails are supposed to go and everything else. There's nothing random banging around about this. And the corners where they're properly fastened right up to code and everything else. There are marks all over the place on what to do. So they do a lot in the preparation, so that when you show up, it's no different than you being part of a contracting firm and go right ahead building. And you can accomplish a lot. Put up 2 or 3 walls in a morning, like lickety-split. It is so satisfying, even when it isn't your home, but you're helping someone else have their home. You really have a smile on your face for the rest of the whole day.
Yeah, it is amazing. And to go back to what you said, it is quality time. I mean, this is quality construction. I mean, these are well-made homes that people are putting together.
Yes. They're very well made and up to code, up to county and state inspections, the whole 9 yards. Well, we need to take a quick break, but we're going to come right back. So please stay with us. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
Create your island paradise at Sunshine Furniture during our winter sale event. Save 50% on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington, including the newest collection, Key Biscayne. Living room, dining room, occasional chairs, office, and media furniture with sophisticated design and a mix of coastal and Caribbean style. All Tommy Bahama and Lexington offer everything you need for your Florida living. We have the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture from Four Seasons, Capri, Universal, Riverside, Hooker, Seawinds, Barcalounger, Best, and lots more. At Sunshine Furniture, we're the outdoor furniture experts specializing in patio sets that withstand the Florida elements, and we have a gallery of Berlin Garden and Pollywood. Come in now for the best prices of the year. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in Vero Beach. Don't miss the 50% off winter sale on Tommy Bahama and Lexington going on now. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and visit our outlet store directly across the street.
Winner of the Tony Award for Best Play, Master Class, takes you into the world of opera legend Maria Callas. Hear her life-altering lessons as she teaches, inspires, and challenges her students. Based on real-life classes Callas delivered at Juilliard, this is a glimpse into the soul of one of the 20th century's most celebrated artists. Her voice, her artistry, her legacy. Masterclass is now playing on the beautiful Waxlack stage at the Riverside Theater. Tickets available now at the box office or online.
Hey, you! Host your very own show every week at Evergreen Media Network in Vero Beach. Go live to YouTube and Facebook with up to 4 people and your very own producer. Be heard on more than 15 podcast platforms and local radio. All you have to do is show up and talk. Your guests can join from anywhere in the world. It's easy to get started with the largest podcast studio on the Treasure Coast. Contact Evergreen Media to tour the studio.
Hi, and welcome back. Hey, Jamie, in order to become a part of this, how does a person get involved?
Okay, that's great, Martha. Thank you so much. So my name is Jamie Wallace, and I'm the communications manager for Indian River Habitat. You want to talk to me, you can either call me at 772-562-9860, and that's extension 214. You can also look on the website, which I really recommend. It's just irchabitat.org, which will give you a lot of information just looking through that. If you go to there and then go to events in the top right and then go to Women Build, you can learn a lot of information about that. You can learn a lot of information about how to be an ambassador and just about the whole program in general. But if you're interested in becoming an ambassador, which I would love, and we're looking for ambassadors and sponsors and fundraisers. So please contact me. I'm J. Wallace at irchabitat.org. Or again, you can call at 772-562-9860, and that's extension 214.
214 is the extension.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody remember that extension 214. It saves a lot of time if you have to go through the operator instead and everything else. You may end up in the restore even. Okay. Well, gee, thanks an awful lot. What are do you schedule these people for specific hours, for almost like an employment, or 1 day a week, or 5 days a week, or anything in between? How does that work?
Well, you mean, are you talking about volunteer hours?
For Women's Build.
Okay,
yeah.
well, Women Build. So what we're doing, Women Build specifically, we are getting the ambassadors, and just a group of volunteers can also do this. But like I'll give you an example. We have an ambassador through United Way. We have an ambassador through Marine Bank. We have an ambassador through Treasure Coast Girls. All of these women, we have an ambassador through Lift Vero. All of these women ambassadors, which thank you, women ambassadors, they are then getting teams of 8 or more. And the first day we have to build is March 8th. And then we have a volunteer site that I can get you a link to get on to sign up for that day. And if that day fills up, then we have other days available in March. So there will be building all throughout March to help women get their homes built.
That is absolutely beautiful. Wow. Well, okay. Could you just repeat the phone number of how to reach you?
Yeah, one more time. It's 772-562-9860, and you can dial me directly at extension 214. My name is Jamie Wallace, and that's at Indian River Habitat. You can also look at irchabitat.org for more information.
Okay. Well, thank you very, very much, Jamie. And I really hope there are a lot of volunteers and a lot of ambassadors out there. And please join it. Have a great week, folks. We'll see you next time.